Winnipeg Jets were going through their exit meetings and cleaning out their dressing room this morning, 2 days after being eliminated by the Vegas Golden Knights. Well, it didn't end the way that they had hoped, especially after winning Game 1. The season was by far the most successful in franchise history, and GM Kevin Cheveldayoff believes that they are building something special in Manitoba.
They talk about the family feel. They talk about how their wives were able to be close with other wives. They talked about how their families loved it here. They talked about how, everybody was always together. And I don't think you get that in a big city. I think, that is distinctly and uniquely, part of our Winnipeg Jet culture. Today was an important day, and for me, my hope is that, next year we don't have to have exit meetings.
You know what I'm saying?
Boom.
No practice tomorrow. There's nobody left to beat. The Jets have 5 pending unrestricted free agents, 10 restricted free agents. What is the most pressing issue for this team this offseason?
I don't think it's anything big, Tim. I think this is a different kind of offseason for this team. We're used to off seasons filled with questions with the Winnipeg Jets, right? Yeah. And last offseason, it was the 2 guys that were sitting there today, and Cheveldayoff and Paul Maurice.
Yeah.
I think this year's about tweaking. Paul Stastny's probably not coming back. I could be wrong on that.
Right.
He's probably not coming back.
It was a good pickup.
Good pickup. I had a rough last series, but first 2 series he was pretty good. I think next year, Tim, call me crazy, but I'm going to continue a theme about the series we previously just talked about. And if Connor Hellebuyck's not up for it again the way he was up for it, I don't know what kind of a season we're going to have next year. And I don't know what you can do in this offseason to help offset that. It's down to Hellebuyck. He had one of the great seasons any American goalie's ever had in this league. Mm-hmm. Let's remember how it played out. And either he plays well next year or he doesn't. This team will score. I'm pretty confident this team's going to be able to score. They can wrap up Jacob Trouba, okay, that's fine. But if your goaltending's not there, ask the Ottawa Senators what happens when your goaltending doesn't show up the next year.
Yeah.
You're done. There's nothing you can do. So I don't want to put that much heat on Hellebuyck, but he's got to be that good again, or nothing they do this offseason will matter.
I think there's more leeway in Winnipeg given the fact that they score to the tune of the second most goals in the NHL. I don't think there was much leeway in Ottawa, but I get your point. Ottawa's goaltending went south. You could say the same about the Edmonton Oilers. Their goaltending went south. You talk about any team in the National Hockey League, and usually the difference is goaltending. Even the Calgary Flames dropping out of it. What happened? Mike Smith got hurt. So there'll be a lot of pressure on Connor Hellebuyck, and he made a little bit of money, right?
Yeah, he did all right.
He made a little bit of money. So they're going to have to get their UFAs and their RFAs sorted out. Trouba, Hellebuyck among them. But it looks as though what they did this year will help them lock down their guys. And it might even help them keep a guy that you might not expect them to keep because of that family feel in Winnipeg. And 2, I think by nature, unless you're getting a lot more money, you like staying on the same team you're on, knowing your surroundings, and understanding that you have a shot to win. And all those things are present right now in Winnipeg as we speak. And I think that's a really good thing for the franchise and the city.
We'll take Jacob Trouba.
Yeah.
Jacob Trouba held out not that long ago. He was ostracized. He was a pariah in the community. He wanted out. It was pretty obvious he wanted out. We hear very quietly throughout the course of this postseason, his agent wants to talk long-term deal. Yeah. Kind of went under the radar, but it was really interesting to see. But it lends to what Cheveldayoff's talking about, what you're just kind of talking about. Right. Winning helps a lot of things. It's a lot more fun in the community when you win. Yeah. So I think already the attitude in the organization, they've made a major shift. Right. If a guy like Trouba, who clearly was unhappy, has done an about face. So from that aspect, it's all positive. I don't trust this league. I don't know what's going to happen next. I don't know what next season has in store for the Winnipeg Jets.
And it's relatively easy to say something like that because only one team wins every year, and if you don't win, then you're tied for second. But I will say this, it's hard to predict what's going on here, and I do feel like the feel good is there. But if someone's going to get offered $2 million more to go somewhere else, love, peace, and hair grease, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Money does talk.
Absolutely.
And the rest walks.
Hey, money talks. Something walks.